Yeah.
Is it true that for this entire structure that you explained as the diaphragm, exhaling is to contract it and inhaling is to relax it? Or is that too simple, or how does that work?
It is simple, but sometimes it's even simpler. So put your elbow next to your body, please, and bend your elbow. Your hand comes up and then your hand goes down. The reason I said that because it gets more complicated if you have your shoulder involved. This is just your elbow involved. Which of these is a contraction?
Oh.
Both. Both, huh?
Right, but they're two very different kinds of contractions. And here, this is shortening and this is lengthening. So you have a shortening contraction and a lengthening contraction, yet the word contraction means to shorten. So our language inhibits our understanding. You know what I'm saying? This is equally a contraction, but it's lengthening as much as the shortening. And injuries occur on the lengthening, almost always. So if you think I'm going to lift something, so get something in your hand, not really, but just hold, and you go to lift it, you feel how that shortening power gives you a lot of strength. Do you have that same power when you're lowering? A lot of times we don't, and that's when we injure. Whether it's with the legs or arms or the back, whatever. So how they're both happening simultaneously. So, okay, just when I say 1, 2, 3, no, I'm going to say something very quickly. Just I can't say it very quickly because I have to think about it, and that slows me down. Just bring up your elbows. That's a shortening contraction. There wasn't lengthening in there. Can you feel that you could also hurt yourself there if you did something really quick? Now, at the same time, I don't want to do it because you really hurt yourself. Lower yourself quickly, but don't really. There's no counter there. So when you come up, feel that you're lengthening at the same time. Yeah, when the room changed. Mind of the room changed instantly. And then lower, but you still feel the shortening. So that's a whole other exploration if you're playing your instrument and feel that when you come this way, you're lengthening, and when you go that way, you're still shortening. But I'm not going to do that one right now. But can you feel the mind of the room changed really dramatically? Mm-hmm. So the diaphragm is doing a similar thing. And certainly for singing, it's really important, because if I just go, I don't know if you know, you sing on the exhale, right? You don't usually go, on the inhale. But that's a practice. That also can be a practice for the voice, done carefully. So if I just go, make a sound on the exhale and exhale quickly. You can't really sing. You lost your power. So if you're playing a wind instrument, you don't have any power. So at the same time you're exhaling, the inhaling is continuing the inhaling isn't continuing, but that counter is still happening. So now instead of going, ha, go like that. Sometimes we do that. Ha, to let go of tension. Ha, ha. Now take in a breath. And feel that you are still taking in a breath as you my voice is ready. So it wasn't a great sound, but to lengthen the exhale is to balance it with the power of the inhale. So with the diaphragm, if it's like this, yeah, that's when you can keep going. Right? If the diaphragm's like that and it contracts, it's going to go down. If it's going to shorten, right? Go like that with your hand. And as you shorten it, it's going to lower. And as it expands, it's going to go back to its dome shape. Do you feel that? At the same time it's shortening, you want to feel still it's lengthening, and at the same time it's lengthening to still feel the shortening. On the other side, if your pelvic diaphragm, it's doing the opposite. It's a bowl this way, so as it comes up, as it shortens, and goes down as it finds its form. So what you have is this and this. Feel that in yourself before we actually... And exhale. And inhale. Mind of the room's changing. Exhale. Find your own rhythm. So now have your hands here. And see if you can pause between the changing. Not hold the breath, but pause.
So when you're taking in a breath, it's going like that?
No, it's actually, it's contracting. It's getting smaller. Like, way to know is go, which has more, in a way, effort. The exhale is kind of, if you let go, you're going to exhale, right? Can you feel that? That's the letting go part. So that's the returning to the dome shape. But at the same time, if you go, you can't really take in a breath because you're not feeling the lengthening at the same time that it's shortening.